We got a cool one today, folks. We got a cool one today. This bad boy delivered at 6:30 a.m. this morning. Walmart fulfilled their 9:30 or 9 a.m. promise, and we got it. Walmart was also kind enough to deliver snacks, free snacks. They gave me a Coke and a can of Pringles, and apparently that is what they've been doing for everybody. So Walmart, I know they had some like fiasco with people's orders getting canceled and like some weird stuff with like people's payments not being processed and all that crap, but they came through with the pre-orders, man. For the people that got them, like this is pretty dope. They fulfilled their promises. I had no issues with my pre-order, fortunately, and I was able to get this bad boy. Now, I don't know why I'm so excited to unbox this thing, because I was actually pretty underwhelmed with the announcement, to be honest. A big complaint I had about the first Nintendo, I think this is typically a problem for people with big hands, but it could be, you know, let me know. This is going to be on YouTube, so let me know in the comments if you've had issues with the Nintendo Switch with like your hands cramping, unless you have like a good grip on it. So I always had to get a good grip to keep on the Switch at all times in order for my hands not to cramp after probably like 30 minutes. So I was hoping they were going to make the Joy-Cons a little more like ergonomic and like not so flat to hold. So I was kind of underwhelmed with the announcement of this one. I'm glad that they're bigger, so that may be an improvement. So more to come on that. But yeah, I just think the flat shape holding it, just like my hand tends to cramp holding that position after a while. Although I was kind of underwhelmed by the announcement, the games that they're coming out for this thing can run Cyberpunk. This thing has been compared to being able to run like basically like a PS4 Pro. Now, whether that's actually going to be true or not, we will see. I had a Steam Deck handheld gaming PC that, you know, like clears all these games, saying that they run well on Steam Deck. They're compatible, all these Steam games, and then you play it and it's clunky piece of shit. So I'm hoping that's not the case with the Switch 2. I'm hoping it actually lives up to the promise, and it's actually like not only plays the Nintendo games and like the games that Nintendo's known for, but like actually the third-party games that is promising it can. So interested to try this thing out. I'm excited to replay Breath of the Wild, and I actually never finished Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, so I want to get back into that. Without further ado, you're not going to get a sick top-down shot like some of the other YouTubers. I'm not going to worry about that. I want this to just be an unboxing, genuine reaction. Consider this a just like typical gamer's reaction to the Switch 2. Somebody that's not like, not a fanboy by any means. I haven't touched my Nintendo Switch 1 in I don't know how long. A big thing about me is I have FOMO if I don't get things like this. Gaming consoles, the new and latest and greatest. So I had to pick it up. I had to get it. It is here on launch day, and there's already a million uploads of unboxings that I'm not going to try to compete with because the big YouTubers did it, but I'm just going to go ahead and do my own version. And there we begin. There she is. I was seeing some stuff on Twitter that, so like you see how close this tablet is to like the edges and like how little protection is actually on this. I guess there was like an issue with a GameStop stapling their receipts onto the box, and it was puncturing people's Nintendo Switch 2s. So never actually used the Switch before. I always took the Xbox or PlayStation. I enjoy it. I highly recommend. Zelda Breath of the Wild is one of the greatest RPGs I've played, and I sunk so many hours into that initially. Tears of the Kingdom, same way. I actually sunk a lot of hours into Animal Crossing. That is just like one of the OG chill games. But then the Switch started to get to where they're like trying to release all like trying to keep up with the other consoles and releasing games on it that just ran like crap. Basically the latest Pokemon, I mean the game just ran like crap in general, but on the Switch specifically it just did not run good. All right, so let's unbox a Joy-Con. There is the blue one. All right, that is a nice texture for sure. There is the blue one, baby. So that is going to be the left side. So it is bigger, so I am happy about that. Hopefully my hand doesn't cramp holding on to that thing. The triggers are freaking awesome. They feel great. I love that these are bigger because playing with one of these, like especially the smaller ones, so let's compare sizes. I got my Switch OLED over here. The size difference, playing on this little guy, the shape is a little bit different too. There's a little more of a curvature to it, it looks like. Playing on this little tiny thing, when you're like playing multiplayer, it just is not ideal. So this, like, having it a little bit bigger is super nice. Yeah, Zelda's dope, man. If Nintendo came out with the completionist stuff, I would just do it on main. But because they don't have any trophies or even like achievements, I don't think Nintendo has any achievements whatsoever. That's what is keeping me from putting any of this stuff on main. That's a big missed opportunity, man. Like, just add achievements. It'd be so easy. It'd be so easy. Nintendo, if you're watching this, a PlayStation Platinum Trophy Hunter is speaking, a completionist, hobbyist, if you will. We want trophies for Nintendo. We want achievements for Nintendo, any of it. If you don't want to do trophies, just do achievements like Steam, whatever. Just give us a way to complete the game. You know what I mean? So the triggers are pretty cool. They stick past like the fixed part right here. That's the button to pop it out because they're magnets now. It's got like a frosted texture. It's kind of nice. All right, let's get the tablet out. Oh, it's heavy. It is actually kind of heavy. There it is with the wrap on. Apparently this has a film that you're not supposed to remove from it, so we ain't gonna touch that. I actually got some screen protectors for it already that I will put on later, but there she is. Nice big screen. It feels bigger in person. It really does. They added a USB-C port to... Oh no, I guess not. I thought they added one to the top, but I suppose they didn't. So the OLED actually looks really freaking good. The OLED's pretty dope. So I'll be interested to compare the screens between this and the OLED. We got the little kickstand in the back. It's much smaller on this one than the first one. It is super sturdy too. Simple. All right, I want to see how these magnets are. Here we go. Snaps right in and does not come out whatsoever. Here's the other one. And it's in. So you can kind of see like the colors leaking in the back. The blue and the red sticking out behind the joysticks rather than the whole Joy-Con being colored. I kind of like that. I do want a white one of these though, Nintendo. I want a white one. I kind of like having the white theme. My Xbox back there is white. My PlayStation's white. My PC's white. So come out with a white one of these, Nintendo. I'll probably buy it again. Here's the button. Let's go through that real quick. Press the button. Pops right out. And snaps right on. I like it. Okay, before we turn it on, let's see what else we got in the box. So I got the Mario Kart bundle, but it just gives you a digital code for that. Nothing spectacular and extra for the Mario Kart bundle. Got my little scratch off code for Mario Kart World right there. HDMI cord, that is a W. Okay, I was interested about these. These are the little attachments you put onto the Joy-Cons, the Joy-Con wrist wraps or whatever, for if you're playing like, I guess Wii Sports. Oh, this is the mouse attachments too. So apparently you can use the Joy-Cons as like a mouse, like on a table. So you can see like the shiny glossy bottom and top there. Get the red one out. So this is something that I haven't really seen people do in their unboxings, is put these onto the Joy-Cons. So let's actually do that. All right, I'm curious how I wonder if these are just magnetic. Let's find out. I assume, yeah, it's got to go this way. Yeah, it just pops right on like a magnet. Apparently, you can use this like a mouse. I'll be interested to see how that is gonna work. I don't know. There's just so many buttons all over it, and like holding it sideways like this, because this is gonna be the left hand. Like, I feel like, I don't know, you're gonna hit some buttons. And how do you get this thing off? Just pops right off, or oh, it's probably just press the button again. Okay, yeah. So it actually locks into place. You press this button again and it pops right off of there. So yeah, that's nice. See what else we got in here. Empty cardboard. The dock should be coming up. Here is the remote attachment. They even made sure to put the Nintendo Switch 2 logo on the front. Oh, this is way different than the other one. Okay, let's snap it on. Oh, that is super magnetic. God dang. Snap it on. All right, so that feels a lot different than the other one. Let me get the old one to compare. So I guess it's not a ton different just because of the way the Joy-Cons get on there. It's not a huge difference, but okay. So it's like considerably smaller. It feels like, even though it's like not a this big size difference, it doesn't look like on camera. Like it feels so much smaller. There's the comparison. I mean, even though, I mean, it's a pretty big difference. It's a pretty big difference. Your boy has big hands. 6'2", 220 pounds. Your boy needs a big grip. Got the charging brick. Nothing spectacular. Power cable. And the last thing should be the docking station, and then we can get this thing freaking popping. All right, docking station looks freaking nice, man. There is the docking station. And you see how like that's like textured? That's the same texture that's on the Joy-Cons too. So I like the texture. The OLED had this weird kind of like that same type of texture, but it feels like there's always something on it. Like it feels dirty almost. Like if it kind of feels like there's like hair on it. They went with a rounded back on this one. Nothing super spectacular or different there. How do you pop this off? Just pops right off. And then you have the plug-in and the HDMI port. And this thing just popped on. Maybe. There we go. Just pops right back on. Let's start getting this thing set up. I have heard that if you skip the process of transferring your information from your previous console, you lose it. You lose the ability to transfer it after you've already gone into the system. So I'm actually going to take the time to transfer some stuff, because with this you can upgrade games that you already have. So the Zelda games can upgrade, and any of the other games that I have that have the Nintendo Switch 2 upgrade, I want to be able to utilize that. So let me go and turn on this bad boy. He's booting. Apparently there's a noise that plays when it boots. Okay, it's playing like a tune, but obviously you guys can't hear it. We're in the setup screen. Holy crap, it's bright. Okay, you guys can't even see it if you wanted to. All right, let me get this thing set. Dude, this feels nice. Connecting to the internet. Playing like a nice lobby music. Nice elevator music, you know? You can now connect the AC adapter to the top of the system. Oh yeah, okay, so they did. Okay, I just didn't see it before. So earlier I said that I thought that they added another USB-C port. You see it right there? So they did add another USB-C port at the top. That way when you're like charging it while you're playing handheld, it actually, you don't have to use the one that's only on the bottom. The other ones only had it on the bottom. So that is a nice upgrade. This feels so good, dude. The screen looks really good. So the screen is LCD. So I was kind of worried that it was not going to look as good as the OLED of the first version, but it looks really good. I will show you guys. I'll try to show you a comparison. I wonder if the Joy-Cons are actually thicker too. It doesn't seem any thicker. So if I hold them side to side and show you, I don't think, kind of hard to tell from that. Let's try the bottom. I don't think it's any thicker. I think it's the same width. The original Switch came out 8 years ago, which is crazy to think. I remember when I first got it and was like, this is the future, man. A nice handheld gaming device. I was playing Zelda Breath of the Wild, and I couldn't contain my excitement. They came out with Skyrim on release for that, and it actually ran well. I was so hype. When you hold them next to each other, it looks so much bigger for it to be only 7 inches compared to 7.9. It's kind of crazy. So bottom is the new one. Top is the old. So right now it's only on a white screen, so it's hard to compare, but here, let me put it like edge to edge so you can see the size difference. Oh my God. Look how much taller it is. I wish they got rid of these big ass bezels on the side. I am liking what I'm seeing here. It is a big difference, but I want to compare like games to each other, because like I said, this is an LCD screen, which I don't know much about screens, so people in the comments on the YouTube video, don't come at me for judging LCD versus OLED, but we've been led to believe that OLED is superior in quality and in like graphic fidelity, that when they said this was gonna be LCD, I was like, what the but it looks really good. The original Switch before the OLED, the original LCD is like, it seems so dark. I'll be interested to see what the mouse feature, how gimmicky that actually ends up being. And let me know if you see good things about the Switch 2, you're able to save up enough money. Are you gonna get it? When it becomes available, if you're able to cop it, are you gonna get the Switch 2? Let me know. I'm gonna convince y'all that you need the Switch 2. I'm gonna come out with such good content that you're like, sheesh, I need one. I'll be honest, when they revealed it and I saw like the side by side, it did not seem like a big difference, but when you're holding it in hand, it feels like a big difference. I bought this shit through Walmart and got free snacks, dude. Never doubting Walmart ever again. Now, something I'm interested in. Have they added themes to the freaking console yet? 120 hertz screen. You love to see that. No themes. We have dark or light. I think I'm gonna go with dark. Let me grab the other one and put it on dark mode as well to show off the difference. Here is the difference. It feels like so much bigger grabbing onto. The screen is darker. It's nice. Looks better. Okay, the LCD of the Nintendo Switch 2 impresses me. Look at the size difference, man. I will say I wish they got rid of the giant bezel on the sides and then the screen can just be that much bigger, but tis what tis, you know. We freaking in there like swimwear, boys. Let me plug in my headphones, make sure we're getting audio through this thing. How to use mouse controls. Okay, let's try out the mouse controls actually. Oh, trippy. It's literally like a mouse now. Okay, it's cooler than I thought it would be. Okay, yeah, you literally just use it like a mouse. That's cool. Interesting. All right, let's get Mario Kart started. I want to check out the store because I heard it's a big improvement. Nintendo shop. Okay, we're good. We in there like swimwear. Sheesh. Okay, I kind of want to get Cyberpunk for it. I can't lie. Split Fiction would be cool. Got some classics on there. Madden 26 is going to come out. Hogwarts Legacy probably looks dope on this. I'm going to download the upgrades for these two. Okay, yeah, the shop is much improved. I might get Hogwarts Legacy. Joy-Con 2 mouse sensor support. Ooh, improved graphics, audio, load times, and controls. Hitman. Here, Deltarune I've heard is fun. Fantasy Life. I'll probably get Animal Crossing for this, just to put the time into it, because Animal Crossing's a major W. I'm surprised there's not an upgrade. No Man's Sky. Nobunaga's Ambition. That's it. Okay, that's another criticism I have, is that they did not have enough good release games. Even though there's a huge backlog they need to play. This game's gonna be good. The new Donkey Kong's gonna be a W. There's the donkey himself. The donk. Damn, you can like dig in the ground. Whoa. Damn, you can just destroy the map, huh? This looks awesome. If you play Madden on Nintendo Switch, I don't know, man. It can't be good, right? One thing I think I am gonna get is the welcome tour thing, even though it's $10. This should have came free with the console. This should have came free. Thank you guys for checking this out. I know that this is like my first video on this channel. It's totally unrelated to everything else I've done, but I wanted to do an unboxing for the Switch 2 since I was able to get it on launch day. And I plan to do some content around this thing. We're gonna run Mario Kart World and I'll be uploading content for that. And then I'm probably gonna start a playthrough of the upgraded version of Breath of the Wild. So keep an eye out for that and I will see you guys next time. Peace.